Hi, everybody. I have a guest speaker today, Reese Studer, here with Mooney Wax Studio. I'm so excited
Hey,
to have you on.
thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. And I have to say, congratulations on your engagement. I saw it on your story yesterday.
Oh, yeah, she's
That
engaged.
it is the prettiest ring.
Oh, thank you so much. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it. Yeah, it was so special, so sweet. I'm so excited.
Were you expecting it?
Yes, I was expecting it because I was like heavily involved in like picking out the
Yeah.
ring and stuff. But I didn't know he was gonna do it like on that day, so that part
Right.
was a
I think
surprise.
it would be
So
kind of weird if you like weren't expecting an engagement at all.
yeah,
So, okay.
I need to be in the know. So
Yeah, exactly. So I've been following you for a little while, but can you tell me a little bit about yourself and like maybe your backstory?
yeah, so I've been an esthetician since 2017, which is weird. I feel like the time has just there's like so much happened
Yeah.
like since 2017. It's just like all a blur to me. But I guess kind of just a little bit about that journey. I originally started off wanting to do makeup, and I dabbled a little bit in like wedding makeup artistry and things like that. I worked for Lancome for a little bit at Dillard, so I would like sell makeup and like apply makeup and stuff. Because when I originally graduated, I was like way too scared to actually work in a spa.
Right.
And I was already working in like a retail environment. So it took me a while to like take that leap of faith and like have the courage to like actually want to like work on people and wax and do all that stuff. So I think from like 2017 to like 2019, I just stuck in retail. Like I said, I did the makeup and everything. And then fast forward to 2019 is when I started working at the Benefit Brow Bar, which I know a lot of us has had experience working there. But that was when I really was first introduced to waxing, and I absolutely loved it. I know everyone has like different experiences working for like, a
Yeah.
big corporation and stuff, but I honestly really enjoyed it. Obviously, the retail side was starting to kind of wear me down, and I was growing out of that. So that was a really great introduction for me to like finally take that leap and actually start working like full body on people. So then, at the time, like I went to school in Virginia, started working in Virginia. That's where I'm originally from. And then in 2019, start of COVID to 2020, I moved to Florida. And that is when I really got into full body waxing. I worked at a chain there and just really fell in love. I feel like I got really lucky with the team that I had there. We were just all like super like goal oriented. The people that owned it were so amazing, and I thank them like so much to this day. They just gave me a really great experience with it. And again, I know that not everybody gets that when working with chains and things, but I absolutely fell in love with speed waxing through them. So yeah, I guess like looking back, I've dabbled in like a little bit of everything, but
Yeah.
back
That's
like
so
during
good though.
COVID, yeah, I feel like you should, because what I thought was going to be like my passion, like makeup artistry and stuff, it wasn't. Like
Right.
I did one wedding and I was like, oof, this is not for me. I cannot do this.
Yeah.
But that's all kind of led me here today. I worked at some more, waxing places. I ended up moving back home to Virginia. Like I've just moved everywhere.
Yeah.
I wouldn't stay at jobs very long because I moved around a lot of different states and everything. So
But you're in Wilmington, North Carolina now, right?
yes, now I
Okay.
am located there. I hope to stay here. So
Yeah.
that's where we decided to kind of start planting our roots and everything. Um, and I guess just fast forward to now, I opened up Moon Me in 2022. So that's
Cool.
where we're at now. That was a lot.
Yeah, no, I love the journey. I love hearing. I mean, you've been doing it for 8 years, so of course you're going to have a story like,
God, it's
yeah,
crazy. I'm like, how did I get here? What's going on?
right? And you do your makeup so pretty, by the way, so it doesn't surprise me that like you started there, because yeah,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
makeup just always looks so pretty.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like growing up, I did theater, musical theater my whole life, like since I was a little baby. So I've always worn makeup, and I think that's why I gravitated towards that side more. But then
Right.
just, I feel like the pressure of like doing weddings just like really made me not want to do it, you know?
Yeah, I
It
can
was
feel
just like a
that.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not for me, but you know, we tried it.
Yeah. But it is so cool because, like, like you said, you go around, you're an employee, you try different things, and you discovered that you love waxing. And now that's like
Yes.
blown up for you so much.
Yeah.
Um, and so Moon Me, you rebranded. Can you,
Yes.
what prompted that choice?
Okay, so I'm all over the place right now. I haven't even
No.
like explained any. There's just like so much, you know, like I can't. But
I mean, you don't have to go
so
into just the important parts or what you want to talk about, you
yeah,
know?
yeah. So back when I originally opened a Salem Aesthetics in 2022 because, well, one, I just wanted it to embody me. I'm spooky. I like all the spooky things, and I just wanted to make like an alternative space for people like me to come and get serviced. And it's funny because I originally opened just wanting to do waxing, and that was my menu. It was just waxing and brow tinting and shaping. Um, I didn't have any clients. I was starting literally from nothing. We had just moved here and I was working at a spa very briefly. I think I worked there 5, 6 months maybe, and it was just not a good fit. And where I'm from here in Wilmington, there's like nowhere to work as far as estheticians go. Like everybody's solo. There's maybe like 3 or 4 like big spas, I guess you could say, where you could like go be an employee, but mostly everyone just has their own thing going on.
Yeah.
So it wasn't working out. And I was like, okay, my option is go right down the street to this other place that might be, you know, I might have the same issues, or just, you know, finally open up my own because I had been doing it for like 5 years at that point. So I was like, screw it, we're gonna open it.
Yeah.
So I opened up as Salem Aesthetics because I had planned on kind of doing a little bit of everything in aesthetics. So that's why I wanted to include that name, you know, the aesthetics part in it. And then a year went by, I added more services. In the beginning, I was so slow. So I felt like I needed to kind of branch out more and just offer, you know, a variety of things. So I did facials, I did permanent makeup for a little bit. And I just felt like I needed to reach all these different people to get as many clients as I could. And then a year went by and I was like, dang, I don't want to do any of this. Like
Yeah.
I just want to wax. Like when it came down to it, waxing's my jam. Like it's what I love to do. And so towards the, you know, end of last year, I just decided to rebrand and make it obvious, like, hey, this is what I am. I'm a waxing studio, and just to like grab people's attention more to that. So that's kind of why I rebranded. Lots of
Yeah.
changes were made. So
That's so smart, but I can totally relate to that, like wanting to take advantage of like what you can offer and try and get as many people in as you can.
yeah,
But I mean, and you are a testament to that, and you realized that kind of like diminishes maybe your skill that people where people can
yeah,
see that the skill in a certain thing.
yeah,
Um, like niching down, yeah, that's still something that's
yes.
very hard for me.
Yes,
That's
I was listening. I listened to your podcast, and you had mentioned that you were a little scared to only offer like 1 or 2 different things, and it was scary. I mean, I did take a hit because I was, you know, I had a regular, you know, facial client base, and I also had some permanent makeup clients. So in that aspect, you know, you might take a little bit of a hit at first, but in the long run, it's just like so much more beneficial. At least for me, it was. So, yeah.
yeah, it's kind of like that leap of faith, I guess.
Yeah, it just, I went back and forth with myself for so long because I was like, oh no, like, where are these people gonna go? Like, are they still gonna come to me? But it's like, you know, some of those clients, waxing isn't their thing. They don't get waxed, but that's okay. You know, there's going to be more clients. There's so many more people that can come. So it's okay.
So I kind of want to ask you, and I mean, that kind of might be part of it, but what do you think has been key in your success? Do you think, you know, niching down maybe has been one of those, but is there anything else that you feel like has been key to your personal success?
Yeah, definitely niching down, like you said. Like my business is for a specific type of person. Like usually I feel like a lot of my clients, we all kind of look the same. Like we enjoy the same things and do the same things, which I love because, you know, we want to have our dream clients. You know, we're not going to get along with everybody, but I think my clients are the bee's knees. They're literally like my best friends. But niching down definitely, and consistency. I mean, I tell like my students this all the time. I've had my Instagram for years, like since I started, you know, since I graduated aesthetic school. And I was always trying to fit in with like what was trendy. So I wish I could show y'all what my Instagram looked like because you'd be shocked. It was like pink and like, which there's nothing wrong with that, but it's not, you know, who I am.
No, I don't identify pink with you.
But it was like pink and then tan and beige and orange. You know, I was just trying to figure out who the heck I was and just all the things. But once I started niching down, went on my own, and I was like, I don't want to do this. This isn't me. This isn't what, you know, I represent and stand for. That's when my Instagram just like blew up out of nowhere. I was at like 200 followers for years, like literally years. Yeah. So being consistent, like on all my platforms, pretending that there's people listening, even when I had no followers, and just being consistent every single day is what, you know, got me to where I am. So
nice. And so do you feel like a lot of your like clients actually come in to see you, they follow your social medias?
Yeah, it's yeah, a lot of it actually too is like word of mouth. So my Instagram and everything does help. TikTok has honestly for clients has been the best, which I know a lot of people don't like TikTok. I don't like TikTok either.
I do scroll on it all the time, so I'm like, it makes sense.
Yeah, and it's so like, I haven't figured out the algorithm exactly on TikTok, but the people in your area is who are going to see it. So a lot of my clients have been from TikTok, which is kind of embarrassing, but that's where they're coming from. So
yeah, maybe I need to get into that.
You do. It's just like people want to see real life on TikTok. It's not super Instagram-y where, you know, you have photo shoots and just like, you know, we make all these graphics on Canva and stuff. No, it's very candid, which I do like that about TikTok. It's just very candid and just very like real life. That's what people want to see on there. So
yeah. And I have to say, like, because this is something I talk about too, I love that you, first of all, identified and implemented your personal expression into your business.
Yeah. Yeah.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah, it's super important because, like I said, I was so disconnected from my profile for so
You guys, I'm so sorry. Reese's audio got cut off at the last part of the recording, so I wish you could hear the conversation just because we had such a good little chat, but I'm just going to go over the last thing that we talked about, which is her trainings, you guys. She is a brilliant waxer. You know, that's all that she does now with her wax studio. So she has Brazilian wax trainings available. I have heard so many people like wanting to know about wax trainings. I haven't really known of any. So now that I know that Reese has this one, I can tell you guys about it. And I'm really excited for the industry to have this. So, of course, she's doing in-person trainings in Wilmington, North Carolina, where she's located. But she also has a digital course or a digital guide for these trainings also, where the training is actually recorded. So you can see the wax being done. You can actually be guided as if you were in person. So she has a 15-minute wax. That's how it is from start to finish, but you know, the wax itself, I think she said should only take like 10. So you can learn how to wax from a waxing expert. And if you guys haven't checked Reese out, I would be surprised, but her handle is Moonme Wax Studio, and this training should be available when this recording goes live. This recording goes live on February 19th of 2024, and she said it should be ready by the second week of February. So if you need a little bit of help in waxing, you want to be more proficient in it or speed yourself up, learn how to give a little bit of a higher quality experience, I already know her course is going to be immaculate because I've seen how much work and time that she's put into it. So I totally trust and believe in Reese. And that was pretty much the last thing that I think we talked about, apart from the fun stuff that we had that you guys didn't get to hear. But you know what? There's a first time for everything. This is actually my first time doing a video and audio with the guest. So we live and we learn, and I thank Reese so much for taking the time out of her day to come on this podcast. Somebody's calling me. I appreciate it so much, and she is such a sweetheart. So yeah, go check her out. Her training is going live. She's a cool chick, and if y'all can learn anything from her, I definitely think she is one of the most authentic estheticians that I've come across. We talked about implementing her authentic or her personal expression in her brand. I think a lot of people could learn from her in that aspect. And so as always, I will see you guys next Monday, 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time for another episode. Bye, guys.